What I want to talk about in this video is depression, um, and how it only affects people who are very strong and very strong-minded, strong-willed. Um, Basically, to try and put this in a nutshell, people who have no empathy, who just don't care about anything that happens around them or care about anybody else, they never get depressed because they've got nothing to get depressed about. People who get depressed are the people who take on all the feelings and emotions from everything they experience around them. So it could be, the people you love and care about, or indeed anybody with people who are really empathetic. You feel their pain. You feel what they're going through. You feel destruction of the planet when it happens. And wars. It could be nothing to do with you. You feel all that. And ultimately, because you care, that's why you get depressed. And it is a quality, it is a fantastic quality that you have. But what it leads you down is the route of that you try to control everything in your life, because ultimately, if there was a possible thing to get control of everything in your life, then you would be happy, because everything would be going the way that you planned it. But this is a self-destructive ideal, because you can never be in control of anything in your life. All you can do is really live it by the minute and see if things go in your favor. And it's when we get this loss of control and things not happening the way we expect that we feel really down, because obviously that's not a very good thing for people who are very emotionally attached. So what I want to get across in the point of this video really is that you have to be a good person to suffer from depression. There is no such thing as a really bad, evil person who suffers from depression. Even people who do horrible things but they're depressed, it sounds funny, but it comes from a good place, because they're feeling this emotion. They don't know how to let it out, so they tend to, what we tend to do is take it out on people who love us, because they're the only ones whose emotions we can affect. And this is a cycle that's got to stop. But more importantly than that is to realise that when you get the realisation of who you are, that you are a good person, no matter what you think, because people who suffered from depression always beat themselves up. I'm a horrible person. I've done this. I've done that. I'm not good enough. I'm not good enough for the world. I'm not good enough for people around me. I'm not good enough for my children. All these thoughts lead to one path, and that's to get you more down. As soon as you realise that you're actually a really good person, but you're just probably in the wrong company or making the wrong sort of guiding your life down the wrong sort of paths. As soon as you realise that, and also realise that nobody on the planet has control over anything, we can guide things, we can up the odds of things happening, but we can never truly control them. I can have an intention to make this video and then upload it, but who knows if the software breaks or I drop the phone, etc. If you're hearing this, then obviously everything went as I sort of needed it to go, really. But the main gist of things is that we mustn't feel like we're in control of anything. What we need to do is live in the moment, because if you live in the past, then you suffer from depression. Things that happen to you make you depressed. If you live in the future, then you're suffering anxiety, and this is also a horrible thing. And some people are living in the past and the future all the time, continuously. They never actually live in the now, and this causes anxiety and depression. It's only when we give up trying to control every little thing in our lives, and just realise that all we can really do is guide it moment by moment. We can have plans and intentions. We can intend to move on to a point, or to be to save a bit of money for a holiday or do things like this. We can intend to do that, but we need to forget the control. I mean, this comes from a long run of being. I mean, I suffered from depression for 12 years. I wouldn't even dream of making these videos if I didn't believe in my heart that I'm completely over it and it will never come back. And the reason why I can say that with confidence is because not only have I spent 12 years in depression, I then come out of it and lost three family members within the last year. The most closest people to me on planet Earth. And you know, it's tough, but I went through the emotions and dealt with it the way I did. So this is why I'm bringing this to you, because it worked. This is one of many videos that I'm going to make, but all these little things that you put into play, they all work, and you can make your life a lot better. Nothing happens straight away. That's one thing to learn. You can't wake up tomorrow morning and think, I've got this new mindset, everything's going to be good from now on because I watched this video and it told me what to do. That's not what it's about. What it's about is realizing that you know that you're gradually making these little changes. You can't really stop anything, but what you can do is gradually make all these little changes along the way and start putting them into practice little bit by little bit. So every time you get those elements of doubt creep in, try and think of these things and take yourself back to somewhere that makes you feel more at ease, takes away your anxiety and your depression. You know, that's about it really for this video. But you know, I just want people to remember that you're good. This is why you get depressed, because you're a good person. It's not because you're bad and all the negative things you think of. Try and use those emotions in the right direction. Try and make them useful, as in turning them into positives. Like if you can feel someone else's pain or whatever, when you feel strong enough, you can sense it and you can take away their pain with using the experiences that you've had and how you've got over it. There's many different things. It doesn't matter what anybody says about depression and it's manic depressives or whatever, you'll never get out of it. That's a load of rubbish. I can tell you now, there's a way out of everything. Nature, we have these bodies, these fantastic machines that and everything that nature supplies us with that makes us feel bad or down always has an opposite. So there'll always be something else that nature provides us with that has the opposite effect and makes us feel better. And this is all from nature, from natural things. You won't find the answer on a TV set or in a pharmacy. You will only find these answers from what nature has supplied us with, in its purest form, and that could be a walk along an ocean front, with your shoes and socks off, listening to the waves. It can be things like that, or walk in nature like this, in the middle of nowhere, away from any civilization. Or it could be, it can come from food, things we eat. I mean, I'll cover all these things. That there's many different paths, and I would never do them all in one video. I'd rather do these short 10-minute videos to briefly cover little points about depression. But just remember, people, that you're very strong. That's the only reason you get depressed, because you care, because you love, because you have feelings, and just remember that. Okay, cheers.